Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just wiping down my 1200 horsepower turbo Trans Am. I'm actually giving this thing away. You guys go over to ellisnasty.com. It's triple entry day today. You get 3 times entries on everything. You go over, order some merchandise, you get automatically entered to win this thing. All right, guys, we're starting the year off big. 1200 horsepower. Every dollar you spend at ellisnasty.com will get you entered to win. .1200 horsepower turbo Trans Am, 91mm turbo, 388 cubic inch LS on HOLLEY EFI, built 400, built rear end, Viking suspension. This thing is a true muffin cap peeler. On fire. Oh, God! LS nasty.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
It's our first day at the racetrack, like ever. We came with no fuel. So we went and got fuel.
Luckily, we're right next to where the fuel is.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Not a huge deal, right? We come with no fuel. We go get fuel. We're like, all right, we're good. We fill the car up. We're gonna go make a pass in Slick Rick. Get it all ready to go. Hooked up the smart car, push bar on. John, suit up. John goes to put his race suit on. He doesn't have a race suit.
Helmet,
Hans, suit, Hans, shoes, nothing. So we leave the track again. Now we have all of our stuff.
Y'all ready?
What are we missing?
We're ready.
What do we need to go get next?
Are you ready?
What, no, I'm ready.
What do we not have?
Look, all right.
No, don't worry. Mason just let them know
Let me give you
everything.
guys some backstory. The cars have sat in the trailer since north-south because we've been so busy on stormwork stuff. And then Chris is like, hey, we're going to the track today. So this morning, just pull the black sheep out, drive over to the other shop, put the other car in here, and show up. And that's where we're at.
Here we are.
We're going to make a rip with Slick Rick. We're going to keep an eye on the converter charge pressure. We're going to leave on 15 pounds of boost at 4,800 RPMs with a timing retard in there. We got a nice big old timing Mason in there.
Whoa.
So we're going to see if we can get it to pull off nice. Tighten the shocks up. We're going to see if we can get it to front half like it should, because we know it'll make plenty of power at the back half. Because there's this car, this Velvet Revolver, that I hear is whooping up on these 481Xs. You know, so
You got to end that.
oh, we gonna end that shit real quick. I mean, he could have got it by that last. I mean, he got me on like the 4th and the 6th pass on the car, but for 7 and 8 and 9, those were ass whoopings all day. So yeah, no, we're gonna go out here and shake it down and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Early dab. Take a look at the track quick. We got old Harold up here, so you know the track would be good. Heat of the day testing is a lot different. People think they go to do private testing, they could just go up here and give it all the beans, but you got it sun's beating down on it.
Still got the same challenges you got on race day.
Yeah. And everyone likes to blame the track, but a lot of times you got to look at, like, we might go here and knock tires off, tune up, might just be too hot, but we're throwing something against the wall. We know this is how we have to leave with the turbo lit off, so it doesn't have a big ramp. We're just gonna see if this is close. You know, we're gonna have to dictate it all by, you know, we're really gonna get like a steady launch boost and launch RPM, and then just do everything with timing. So we're pulling 20 degrees out of it for the first like 4/10, and then ramp it in there. So hopefully, like, if we can get it to go, like, I'm not allowed to tell times with this car because it's no time car, but I mean, the car needs to live in the bottom 1/0 60 foot. So if we can be close to that, then, you know, we'll go faster from there. When I take out the curb and truck, damn. Oh yeah. All right, shut me and lock that door.
Close.
He's got rules.
It was so.
If the timing would have stayed out another 2 feet.
That's a 20 degrees out of it. That's a lot of timing.
Look at this model.
Don't you think 20
It's
degrees
a
is a lot?
481A.
It was
Man,
foul.
when it,
Yeah.
did it
just out of control.
Did it
Like,
rack
like
the
it
rev
was about to
limiter?
tear
Oh,
the
it sounded
damn
badass.
tower down. It's like, ah!
Dude, I felt really good in there. I was like, I could have got out and whooped all y'all asses right then and there. I felt real good.
What did it go to the 60?
I didn't even look at the ticket. I just drove back. Someone's got to get the ticket. Are they putting the tickets up there?
Yeah.
It probably is.
Wait, did it make it through the 60?
Oh, you made it to 60 and then hit.
Did it? Oh, looking at the data, I topped the shock out a little bit too soon, so I'm going to take some clicks out of this. It's also why I wheelied a little bit. Take 2 clicks, soften up the rebound. The rebound is the extension, the compression is the after when you let off it go down. I tightened them both up, but these are 4-way adjustable shocks. We already adjusted the low speed, so we're not gonna have to do that. We're just gonna try to get it to separate a little bit quicker here because it knocks the tire off at 3 inches of separation. And usually if it's too tight, it's gonna knock it off before it tops the shock out. Too loose, as soon as it tops the shock out, it will knock the tire off. So the turbo is still a little bit behind, so we're gonna leave on a little bit more boost. This is part of testing. I was happy with the first hit. You know, when we pulled 20 degrees out of it, it was a little bit too much. So we're gonna go up and boost a little bit and probably pull out only 18 and hopefully boat that. The key is with this big ass turbo to get the turbo lit off early so you're not waiting on it to come in. All right, guys. We're out here with I don't know, we ain't really had like an official name yet. Like some people want to call it Silver Bullet, but I'm not really sold on it because it's not like creative enough.
No.
Like we had some real like average Joe names, and I don't know how you feel about that, but that don't fit the channel. So it's unnamed at this point. It's unnamed. Silver turbo stock block race car is what we got. Go out here, shake it down. Kind of redid the whole tune-up. everyone's been out working storms. Everyone's busy working, so we're like the bare bones crew. No offense to the bare bones crew, but David and Mason are always with me. Luckily, Forrest is testing beside us. So Scott's there with him. We got Paul Powell here helping out, Travis here. But our main like racing crew, obviously we all do storm work. CJ, Logan, you guys were gone. You guys were able to get back in time, but some little pop-up storms. I'm sure you guys heard about the windstorms and the tornadoes and stuff. They've been busy up in Ohio and Pittsburgh. So skeleton crew. Thankfully, we got, you know, good racing family that can step up and help out where we can.
Just those bottom of the barrel guys.
Dude, we be steady keeping the bottom of the barrel guys busy. So the power's actually out in all of Benson right now. Someone got in a bad wreck and like knocked down the power grid. So we're just going out here and just seeing what the car does. We just put the radial on there. Pretty basic tune-up, I would think. Leaving at 4,000 RPMs, nothing crazy. We're gonna go do a burnout. We're gonna stage. We're gonna bump. We're gonna race. That's what we're gonna do.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Paul. What do you think on tire pressure?
Can't hear what?
What do you think on tire pressure?
On this one?
Yeah.
About 16.
Look at those Ryobi tools doing work.
Oh, God.
Hey, Mason, how good's that Ryobi working? I'll ask Travis. Hey, Travis, how good's that Ryobi working? It seemed like it was working pretty good. No? That was working.
I mean, it's what's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milwaukee broke, so we have to use a Ryobi.
That's
and it's
rough.
not broke.
Have you
still
seen
working.
the top of it? Go show them the top.
That's the other one that dipshit left to his wheel.
Oh, gotcha.
That Ryobi was working good, wasn't it? Oh yeah. It came alive that time.
What the Apollo 13 So you guys had it down track. You had it look.
Look like shit.
Dude, it was rough. It was hot as hell in there.
Video.
Yeah, no, it was going slow. You will not find me leaving myself waiting up there on the big end. I just hammer it right in the return road one time, then shut it off, and I made it back here. First pass, shakedown on the car. we took a metric boatload of fuel out of the tune that was in it. We took 16% of fuel out of it, and it's still
super fat.
I mean, and the only thing is like you can just guesstimate off of what is going on. Like prior, we haven't had it to the dyno. This is why, like, dynoing a car, we would come out here and just go straight down the track and start working on the chassis. But we obviously don't have that luxury, so we took a bunch of fuel out of it, and it's so fat, it won't even spool the turbo. Like these methanol cars, like unlike gasoline, like if you have a car on gasoline or E85 and you're way off with the tune-up, it'll foul the plugs out, like it won't run. Methanol, like this thing was 2.8. I kept clearing it out because like and I'm sure you can hear it sounds like it's underwater. It just sounds like labor. It's not happy. It's not crisp. But with methanol, you can get away with it. It's such a crazy fuel. But I mean, that was the first shakedown. Now we have a data log. It popped. I didn't really want to stay in it, but I got back in it just to get the data. So now we can see like, hey, it's still pulling 15% fuel. They had it set up before where it was like pulling 7% fuel, and that was the max, and it was still fat. So I mean, it's just like this car's brand new. They haven't had any time prior to get it dialed in, and then we got it. So like, it's just, this is part of it. You can alleviate this by going to the dyno, but you know, we'll do it out here. It's fine. So this is part of, we're not saying anyone did anything wrong. There's just, you're starting from scratch. So
this thing came to life. It sounded rowdy.
Does it sound rowdy?
Oh, yeah.
I clicked the button and it went to the right. I was like, ah!
Yeah, dude, when it finally lit them up in the burnout.
Oh yeah, so the shifter's real far back, and I had to do the burnout off the trans brake, so I clicked the button and I shift like this. I was like, ah! Pop that sucker in high gear. I looked down, pictures of 7,100 RPMs. I was like, did it smoke the tires?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got at it real quick. I got at it real quick because I was like, that thing saw 180 mile an hour wheel speed like that.
It lit them up fast.
Yeah, I was in there, I was like this.
Yeah, so, I bet.
But I mean, the car's sealed off well. I was getting no methanol or anything in the face. So
it was spicy on the line.
Yeah, we're gonna pull some fuel out of the tune, obviously. And holy shit, look at this guy. Drove this sucker.
Oh my
God. No.
Live on the scene.
Dude.
Dang, Bo.
Straight from Pittsburgh to the racetrack.
Yeah.
There's no power here. They're about to call it.
Yeah, we need you to go get a generator. You remember that one that's like on the sides of that trailer?
Like probably 3 miles that way.
Yeah, well, they need to fix it.
About the old Gold truck.
This thing's mint now. It's ready to ride.
What do you have to do?
Single injector in it, and we'll be ready to ride.
Single injector. I like it.
It's just one. All right, give him the rundown. You had to go to Pittsburgh, so you said hop in the gold truck.
Yeah, John was like, hey, you think the gold truck would make it to Pittsburgh? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? He's like, drive it up there. I was like, okay. So I drove it all the way to Pittsburgh.
How many miles are on the clock?
399. I was hoping to get 400 so bad. Like, you don't understand.
He's driving around.
I was almost about to drive around in circles just to get to 400.
He actually went to South Carolina and came back.
No. When I left the hotel this morning.
So what happened when you were up there?
I went up there last Friday. There was a windstorm. Hung out. Did a little bit of work. We deployed like 30-something gens. Did a bunch of hanging around the last 2 days, waiting on another storm to come.
Getting paid.
We had like 2 guys go out and do refuels yesterday. The rest of everybody else just hung out and did maintenance on their truck. And we go to the hotel, and this sucker won't even climb the hill to leave out of where we were at.
Goodness gracious.
So I was like, man, maybe it's a fuel filter. So I changed the fuel filter. Don't get no better. Sean goes, yeah, that's your lift pump. I just replaced mine 2 days ago in the parking lot. I said, So we replaced it last night in the parking lot.
And how's she running? Better than ever?
I wouldn't say better than ever. Once that injector's back, I think it'll be better than ever.
I was gonna say, how many cylinders did it run on the way back?
7. The only time you feel it though is like whenever you're
to
like
be fair,
inclines.
you called me on the way up and you were like, yeah, it sounds like it's running on 5.
Nah, I said it was running on like 6 or 7. It got better, some. But
Nice. Well, park this bad unit and come hang out.
look in the back. CJ threw his old thing in there and he didn't even tighten it.
Holy fuck.
That is such a CJ thing to do.
Hey, we're just gonna not show John this, because
No, show John. CJ, you gotta quit getting away with this shit.
oh, live on the scene, or you're responsible then. That's his Traeger. That's his Traeger grill cover right there too. Hey, call him over here. I don't want nothing to do with it, but you can.
Hey, yeah.
smoking like a motherfucker.
Converter. You smell it in here.
Something ain't right.
It's in neutral. Yeah, something ain't right in the trans.
It's been a day so far, just to give you guys a timeline. It's now like 6, so they're open for like normal test and tune. We made our first pass in Slick Rick. We made our next pass in oh god, look at it, the chain on the trailer just getting never mind. We made our next pass in the Mustang, and then we made a, I'm leveling the trailer quick. Sorry, there's a lot going on. Yeah, so after the first pass, I called M&M Transmissions because the converter charge pressure was high. Converter charge pressure was high. Definite concern.
Obviously.
Yes, obviously. They said that I get concerned of converter charge pressure for knocking the thrust out. The converter charge pressure, for those of you guys that don't know, it's measuring the pressure. Literally, the converter is pushing on the crankshaft. So that's a big ass motor with a big ass roller thrust, and everyone's like, oh no, I'm not worried about it. Well, also that's the pressure inside the converter, and it looks like it blew out the converter seal. I did our first pass. We again, we're trying a different launch strategy. We went up 100 more RPMs. This is a big motor, 100 RPMs is a lot, and it kicked the tires. So we back it down 100 RPMs, and I do my burnout. It smells like transmission fluid. I tell Logan to come in the car, look at the lines, make sure like nothing's leaking or loose. He said everything's good, so I go to put it on the chip. When I go to put it on the chip, smoke starts rolling off the torque converter and like that area, the bell housing. I'm like, something ain't right. So I shut it off. And this is like something where I kind of pride myself on being maybe a little bit cautious, because it's not worth it. You can go out there and send it down and through for what? You tear the car up on an early test pass, not even going fast? No, we're going to wait. We're going to look at it, take everything apart. We got to pull the converter out. We'll pull the converter out. That's what we're going to do. So we got up on the rack right now. If it's messed up, which I think it is, we're just going to leave it here strapped down, done for the day with Slick Rick. But this is part of the new car blues. I was concerned about the converter charge pressure prior. The dump's not working on the transmission, so you know, partially my fault for not getting a working dump, but like in all transparency, I haven't touched this thing since the last race. So we're just shaking her down, Oh, mistakes were made. First of all, I have a headache like hell.
Thanks, bud.
Second of all, you guys remember I made that video talking about how I hurt the damn converter and the black sheep and it came all apart? Well, I didn't know that happened, so I kept using the trans cooler, and then we came to the track here and I plugged the same trans cooler up to the transmission in Slick Rick, and now Slick Rick is just not, the transmission is not happy. We were looking at like the charge pressure and stuff, and it pretty much like was locked up when we clicked the button on that other pass, which was very similar to the prior pass, which went like a relatively slow 60 foot, I would say. I'd say it's still fast for 60 foots, but for the car, I'd say it was slower than we expected. So then we put like just a hair more power in there, and everything was just like zing. And then the converter charge pressure is just not acting normal out of nowhere, like way higher in way different areas, and it's even high at idle. So I think we have trash in the transmission. So that's my mistake. David, how much does a 2-speed lockup transmission cost?
I have no idea. I'm gonna throw like 20 grand on this.
Yeah, yep. They're about 20,000, and I just messed one up. So you know, that's.
Hey,
what?
But maybe not just one, maybe two though.
Well, the other one's not 20 grand. The other one's like 14.
Oh, that's way better.
So David's gonna drive to M&M Transmissions in Kentucky tomorrow. No, we ain't gonna make Dave drive. We'll put him on a pallet, We'll strap them down.
Hey, if we just wait like a week, we'll probably get a storm, and somebody will just be going out there anyway.
Thankfully, M&M Transmissions does a great job of turning them around quick. So we're gonna get them out there. We need to get back, get tested, and get ready for Peso's race. So
When is that?
some days at the track, that's the end of the month. Some days at the track are great. Some other days are a little bit more difficult. They're all a learning experience. A day at the racetrack where you can load both cars in the trailer is better than a day at the office or anywhere else. So I'm happy with it. I'm good with it. Today was like a grind, and it's just a series of unfortunate events. Something's definitely wrong with the Mustang, and something's wrong with the transmission in Slick Rick. And you know, we just gotta take them out, send them off, get them fixed, put it all back together, and then pick up where we left off. So overall, very happy with how Slick Rick is performing as a fresh build. Really, other than that, like some minor issues, you know, a leak here, tighten a fitting there, modify this, so some very, very, very minor stuff. So I'm good with everything. What are your thoughts?
Good day at the track.
Yep. So I'm gonna load the trailer up. I'm going to drive this back to Nasty HQ, and we will pick up where we left off tomorrow. That made no sense. Oh yeah, it's like triple entry day today or something. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, whatever it is, and you guys can go get entered to win my 1200 horsepower Trans Am.